We are on North Shore Road between Echo Bay and Overton, and you can see here that authorities have this entire road blocked off.
We went over some of the safety features that were added to this area. For example, take a look here. Now there's warning lights, so when you press this, you can see that these lights give cars an indication that someone is crossing the street.
We spoke to the mother of one of the victims. She says that alcohol played a role in this crash that took place right here in this open desert.
Good evening, Jessica. That is what they say, but change could only happen if the teachers union agrees to it.
You're walking out the door with this guy. You guys are walking where?
Look at this abandoned car, these abandoned shopping carts. Parents say this incident happened right behind these doors here at Wilhelm Elementary School in a 4th grade classroom. He's helped design hundreds of stamps in the past, and get this, he says something like this has happened before. Right now, Las Vegas Boulevard, South Las Vegas Boulevard between Blue Diamond and Warm Springs is shut down as a result of this accident, so you might want to consider using an alternate route. But like you said, Gerard, we believe that this accident involved this white car behind me here. Investigators focusing much of their efforts on this evening. They tell us that hours ago when this accident took place, one woman died on the scene. One man was rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. That is what investigators are telling us at this point, but they have informed us that they will be briefing the media sometime soon with more details, so we are standing by for that right now. But as I mentioned, if you are heading anywhere near the Strip from the south, you will want to consider using an alternate route. Reporting live, I'm Paul Matadine. Gerard, back to you.
Good evening, Jessica. That is what they say, but change could only happen if the teachers union agrees to it. The question here is some $2 million, an appropriate price to give teachers a fair review. Just about a week ago, we met both of these families who say it was not administrators, but their kids who told them a substitute teacher had harassed them in class.
I saw him pull my friend around by the skin on the neck.
More than a week later, those parents got this letter saying the sub wouldn't teach at the school again. But they were still mad because they say the school's response took too long. So we asked CCSD why the delay.
Whenever you're being entrusted with a parent's most precious resource, their children, every minute is going to count. With that being said, we owe it to our employees to thoroughly investigate any situation.
So we asked even deeper questions and learned from CCSD that it's part of a teacher's contract negotiated by their union to bring in an arbitrator when something serious goes wrong.
And so even if something is incredibly egregious, we only have the power to recommend that they be dismissed.
Amanda Fulkerson with the district says there are usually 300 to 400 reviews going on at any given time. Many of the teachers out of the classroom, but still getting a paycheck through the process. It's one that school leaders say costs taxpayers millions.
It's safe to say that it's not the best use of our funds, and we are moving forward, looking at better ways to hire and retain the talent that works with our students.
Ruben Murillo, who's the president of our local teachers union, points out teachers with criminal cases against them usually do not get paid as part of the negotiated rules. But for the hundreds of others,
everybody has a right to due process, to get a fair hearing to find out, is it true or is it not?
Murillo says many accusations turn out to be false, justifying the need for the type of arbitration. But we asked him if he was open to negotiating a more efficient system to save money.
We are willing to work with the district, and we have suggested to them ways to quicken the process without sacrificing due process.
What has been their response?
Well, we're waiting for it.
One plaintiff is coming forward and telling me his story, fearing his former colleagues are still being abused.
How far did it go?
Oh my gosh, how far did it go? He asked me to do really weird stuff when he was naked. He pushed my head down when I massaged his knee, and so it was really scared, and I took always off, and sometimes I slapped him, on the hand and said, "Roy, please don't do this."
For several months, Oliver Price told us Roy Horn forced him to perform sexual acts, which included oral sex, while he worked as Horn's physical therapist. He spoke to us at his attorney's office, his wife at his side for comfort and support.
Price told us he met the performer while serving as a tour guide here in Las Vegas. He said Roy offered to hire him because he had a background in physical therapy. Horn's still dealing with the aftermath of a devastating tiger attack back in 2003. Price said the arrangement was good at first, but later things took a provocative turn.
Why not just push him off? Why not just try to get him away from you?
That's what I tried. Yeah, I tried to put him away, but it's Mr. Roy, you know. And if you do this, he get more and more aggressive. He throw pillows after you. He throw with his oxygen mask. You know, he did so much weird stuff.
So now he and several others are suing Roy for damages. Price, who's from Germany, told us he couldn't just simply leave Horn and find another job because his work visa was contingent on working for the famed magician.
It wasn't possible.
This couple must now return to Germany come the end of May. Price saying there is video proof that the abuse did take place as he describes it. While he wants to share the supposed evidence with the world, his attorney would not release it. Instead, he shared with us this YouTube video saying it shows Roy Horn watching his own surveillance video of the alleged acts. Price said he confronted Roy several times, but with no resolve.
There are two things to consider. First of all, we've got to talk about the time of morning where this happened. It was dark just like this, and it actually happened right around here, according to witnesses. So it was very hard to see because it was very dark, but also the witnesses that we spoke to actually saw this entire incident occur from across the street on a second-story balcony. So the big question tonight is, did they have enough of a view to accurately make the claims?
Well, you're saying this happened right here where we stand?
Right. The vehicle was about right here.
Right.
And there was probably 4 cop cars, a K9 unit.
To get a better understanding of what happened early Saturday morning, we asked Barry Sandroff to go over every detail of what he saw when police encountered this alleged car thief who wouldn't give up. He told us he saw the whole thing go down on his balcony from his apartment across the street.
I saw her going up with her hands for surrender, and when she got out of the car, she went to put her hands up like she was surrendering, and then the police just went off, just started shooting away.
Did they yell, "Drop your weapon"?
No, there was no put down the weapon, put down the weapon. As soon as she took her second step out of the vehicle, they just started firing.
But police tell an entirely different story. In this release to the media, they describe the entire scenario as beginning with a 911 call where a caller reported a car stolen by someone the caller knew. Police say when they encountered the alleged thief, she barricaded herself in the car and would not obey commands to come out. Police responding by calling in SWAT and crisis negotiators to try to defuse the situation, but it was only after she pointed a gun at officers that 5 of them fired, killing her. Another woman spoke to News 3 even earlier in the day. She said the woman never reached for a weapon.
You could see that her hands were still on her head as she was exiting out of the car.
And you say she didn't have a gun in her hand?
No, there was nothing that I saw in her hand at all.
Sandroff said what was the most shocking to him was how police officers responded just seconds after the shooting.
I seen several officers laughing, kind of high-fiving like a home run, hitting a home run, and they're outside the dugout congratulating everybody. And here's a dead woman in the middle, you know, a woman dying, and their CPR, and officers were laughing.